Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making a delicious passion fruit mille feuille. So let's get started. This pastry has two parts. We're gonna start with the amazing pastry cream or creme pâtissière. So first off, in a medium bowl, we're gonna add 133 grams or 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. I also want a 1/4 cup plus a tablespoon or 45 grams of cornstarch. We're gonna whisk the sugar and cornstarch together. This is so you can break up any lumps. The magic of pastry cream comes from 6 egg yolks. Separating them out, I'll save the whites for a meringue later, and you can freeze egg whites too if you want. And 6 egg yolks. Gotta pay attention. Okay, this is gonna get flavored with vanilla and passion fruit. So passion fruit is a lovely, it's like citrusy, dreamy fruit, also known as lilikoi. And if you can't find a fresh one, you can get passion fruit juice. You could also probably sub in like freshly squeezed like orange or tangerine juice. Still be delicious. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. The primary flavor is the passion fruit, but this gives it a little something extra. By the way, today's recipe just so happens to be from the spring chapter of my book. So if you have a copy, grab it, open up to page 226 and bake along with me. All right, I need 2 passion fruits. This looks nice. A passion fruit should be kind of gnarly on the outside. If they're super smooth, it's not ripe yet. 2, you give it a good shake, you'll hear the seeds inside. That's lovely. I think this one's ripe. Oh yeah, look at those seeds, nice and juicy. And you'll notice I'm not trying to separate things or strain anything out. Seeds are going into, we're gonna strain everything at the very end. Before I give this a whisk, I'm gonna add 2 cups of whole milk to a medium pot. Place that over medium-high heat. And I wanna bring this just to a boil. It's like basically scalding the milk. You're gonna take it off heat right away. Now, while that heats up, I'm gonna give this a whisk. So I've actually made mille feuille on the channel before. It's a recipe I love because I love like creamy, crunchy, perfectly sweet, not too sweet things. And the name translates to like 1,000 pages, I believe, in French. So you have this layers of puff pastry with beautiful dollops of creme pâtissière, and then more layers of puff pastry, and then more creme pâtissière, and then more layers of puff pastry. And finally, it's topped off with like a beautiful glaze or chocolate. It's totally up to you. There's tons of different kinds, and they're all delicious and surprisingly easy to make. In the book, I give you an easier option. You can use a rough puff pastry from scratch, or like we are today, we're gonna use a really nice store-bought butter puff pastry. Okay, this is all whisked together. It actually looks gorgeous, studded with those seeds. One nice thing about this recipe is you could make the pastry cream the night before, do the puff pastry the night before too, and assemble the day of, or like stage it out however you want. You don't have to like work right before people are coming over. It can hang out in the fridge for a while too, and it's gonna be delicious. As soon as your milk comes to a boil, remove from heat so it doesn't bubble over, and we're going to ladle in about 1/2 cup to start while whisking vigorously. This is tempering the mixture, so I'm warming it up so those egg yolks don't scramble. Just a little bit more. Oh my gosh, the smell is so good. I love warmed milk. My mixture is nice and warm. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the hot milk in. Just drizzle and whisk. There we go. Almost nothing spilled. This goes into the pot. Before you put that back on heat, grab a big clean bowl, fine mesh sieve, pop that on top. We're gonna strain this all right at the end. The pan goes back on medium heat. You're gonna whisk constantly. This is where things could go wrong if anything's burning. So you'll notice I'm using a narrow whisk, not a balloon whisk, so we can really get the corner of that pot. And I'm just gonna whisk, starting on the inside, working my way out, go back to the inside, and just keep going. This is the one part where you're gonna mind the stove and just keep an eagle eye. You can't walk away, you can't do anything else, just have a meditative moment, look at your creme pâtissière to be, and just take the sights in. It smells great. So here you can see it's totally changed consistency. It's thickened up, and we're gonna take this off heat. Time to whisk in 1 tablespoon of cold unsalted butter. This 1 tablespoon does wonders. It gives you such a silky mouth feel and really like just ups the ante on the deliciousness of this whole dish. If you're like, oh, this all sounds good, but I don't want to do this, this is a lot of work, you could just make this passion fruit creme patissiere and then put in anything you want. It could be a cream puff, it could be an eclair, it could go right into your mouth by the spoonful. It's gonna be delicious. See, very thick. Now we're gonna pass this amazing, delicious custard through the sieve. This is an important step because we have the seeds, but also, even if you whisked perfectly, you might have like a couple little pieces of yolk that is hardened up, and you don't want to have that mouthfeel. You want to have just creamy perfection. Only after I started this did I realize I used the one with feet. Why did I do that? It's gonna make the job a little bit harder, but that's okay. Just work around the feet of your sieve. We'll be right back. So, you need to cover this up. Use plastic or paper. I have these parchment rounds, which are perfect for the job. So happy about that. This needs to cool for at least 3 hours. You can make this overnight and it'll be perfect when you come back to it. If you're in a hurry, grab a bigger bowl or like a casserole dish, spread out into a thin layer and cover it all up. It'll cool really fast, but you will be whipping it back for consistency. It's gonna kind of form a gel and you're gonna have to give it a whip afterwards. It's a whole thing. I'll show you when we come back. Today's video is brought to you by Rosetta Stone. You know I love French cuisine, and if you watch the channel, you might have even seen my Paris bakery crawl. I don't get to go to France very often, so when I do, on that special occasion, I want to be able to speak French with confidence. I took it in high school and college, but I've gotten very rusty in between, so I used Rosetta Stone and I love how intuitive and immersive it is. The best part for me is I get to practice my pronunciation. I can open the app, speak directly to it, hear a little ding, and just that constant reinforcement lets me feel better about speaking French. So when I go to France, I can try it out and have fun. It's not gonna be intimidating.
Du chocolat, du rose, du citron. Merci.
Right now, their lifetime subscription's discounted 50%, so it's $150 for your lifetime. You can choose any language, switch back and forth, and right now I'm learning French, but my mom is learning German for fun. I might want to join her too and have some fun, basic German conversations. Alors, revenons maintenant à notre Mille Feuille. Towards the end of your chill time, we're gonna make our puff pastry topping. And you have two choices. You can make a rough puff pastry. You can click up here for that video. It's a full how-to. It's really fun to make, but if you're in a hurry or just don't feel like it, you can use a nice store-bought puff pastry. Lightly flour a work surface. I'm using a pastry mat. This is not sponsored, but this is a nice brand. It's Dufour. So unlike the other puff pastries, which are actually just like there's no butter in them, this is a butter-based puff pastry, so it's gonna taste really nice. Has a nice aftertaste to it. You wanna leave it in the refrigerator, leave it on the countertop for a little bit so it's nice and pliable, but not too warm. Okay, perfect. Okay, more flour for the top. We're gonna roll this out to a 1/16 of an inch. Very thin, but guess what? It's gonna puff. So, roll that out. This is why a pastry mat is good as gold. Because if anything's sticking, you can turn it upside down and use gravity to pull things off instead of ripping. See? I let my puff pastry warm up a bit too much while we were setting up the cameras, so it's on the softer side of what's usable. Try and keep this in a rectangular shape. You're gonna trim the edges and you don't wanna waste too much of the pastry. This is a lot of puff pastry. It's more than I need. I'm gonna trim this into a 12 by 16 inch rectangle. Pizza cutter does this so beautifully. $16 we have a perfect 12 by 16 inch rectangle. Grab a rimmed baking sheet, line it with parchment paper. If you just baked this, it would have a giant pastry pillow. It would be unusable. So we're gonna squash it down. One more sheet of parchment paper on top, one more baking sheet on top. These, by the way, are I could clobber somebody. They're so heavy. They're the perfect weighted thing. Just like that. Actually, is it perfect? What if it doesn't touch? I am so happy I thought about that because there was this much space, but with the way the pans stack, these beautiful heavy pans, they have tons of space in between. It would not have worked. Oh. Luckily, I kept my beat up old pans, one sheet of parchment paper on top, and now we'll add, this will keep things weighted down. This goes into the oven, 400 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. Rotate the pans halfway through. It'll be perfectly golden when you pull them out. And you go. While the pastry's in the oven, let's make our icing. It'll keep for a long time. Let's cover it up. 2 medium bowls, half a cup of powdered sugar in one, half a cup of powdered sugar in the other one. In one bowl, I want a tablespoon plus a teaspoon of milk. Whisk that together. This should be like a thick, thin icing. It's not like the thickest icing you've ever seen, but it shouldn't all drizzle off the top of your Mille Feuille. So here, that's too thin for me. I'm just gonna add more powdered sugar. I was gonna say, just add a tablespoon and reserve the teaspoon in case you need it. But then I just put it all in and now I'm adding more sugar. So there we are. There we go. See, that is drizzling off the top. The icing will fall back onto itself and disappear. After a while, you're gonna see the streaks. Okay, so in the other bowl, it's gonna be flavored with the passion fruit juice. So slice one open, so fragrant. Scoop the seeds out. And you want several teaspoons of this. So get some of that juice out. And you can see it has the most lovely color. It's this beautiful, vibrant orange. Whisk that in, and we'll see what the consistency is like. Keeping in mind, it's gonna look bad before it looks good. You can leave it like this, or supplement it with just like 1/10 of a drop of pink food coloring, which is what I'm gonna do. I like to just use a toothpick or a skewer and just add one single drop and mix it in. There. That's great. It looks just like a little pinky orange. Doesn't look pink. These can get transferred to a piping bag, or you can just cover this with plastic while everything bakes. So once you're ready to assemble, your icing is nice and not dried out. This butter-based crust did take more than 30 minutes, and I have to tell you, it was so powerful. I ended up putting a giant pot on it halfway through because it had puffed up. This is not a heavy baking sheet though. So if it puffs up during the bake, that's fine. You're gonna check it halfway through. Just plop like a heavy pot on top and squish down. It'll work out. This is golden throughout, looks nice. You could let it sit in the pan and just cool down. I'm transferring mine onto a wire rack to finish cooling. In the meantime, let's get the pastry cream out and give it a whip because it's gonna feel crazy right now. You'll see what I mean. Fair warning, if you've made pastry cream at home, you've chilled it, you're like, oh, it's gonna be so creamy and amazing like in the pictures. It is not. No matter what you do, it's gonna look rubbery and kind of gross. So you have to whip it up. Okay, break it up. See, look, it's just, that doesn't look like pastry cream in the video. La 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 la. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. You know, you could have used an electric hand mixer. I'm just saying, just a little, and it would have been done. This looks nice. This looks nice. You can see it's nice and silky now, and it has a beautiful texture. I'm gonna pop this into a large piping bag fitted with a large round tip. And I'm actually not ready to assemble yet. What I'm gonna do is have this in the piping bag, in the refrigerator, nice and cold, so it kind of just firms back up a little bit, or at least doesn't get more wobbly. This is good. I will be licking this bowl clean later, off camera. Just give it a twist, store upside down in the fridge. Your puff pastry lost its beautiful clean edges, that's fine. Use that knife and just trim the edges once more. Nice, confident strokes is all you need. Okay, so we want to have 6 strips of equal sizes. That felt very intense. I'm just gonna say it. Basically what you're supposed to do is Measure how tall your column is, divide by 3. Take that one measurement and then use the pieces as templates as you cut. Just like that. And if the last one's a little bit off, you can square the edge. This one's pretty good though. After you cut your pastry, you'll have 6 mille feuille ready to assemble as soon as we decorate the tops. Grab each of the tops, try and keep your layers together in the groups you cut them in, and we're just gonna grab the tops and get to decorating. This is the fun part. It's so easy to do, but it looks really impressive. Snip a tip off your white piping bag, and we're just gonna give it some nice coverage, smooth it out into a single layer, and you can see it's nice and spreadable, but it's not falling all over the place. Now grab your passion fruit, snip just the tip off, or you could have used like a number 2 or 3 tip, and we're gonna rake back and forth and create stripes, just like this. You could also do this on a wire rack if you wanted. And now grab a skewer and just drag it back and forth. Here we go. Lift it up and set it aside to dry. It's time to assemble. Grab your creme patissiere from the fridge and we're gonna make this happen. It's so easy. In fact, George just got back from school, so I'm gonna have him come over and help me, if he's willing. Okay, George, you know what this is called?
What?
These are called Mille Feuille. I made them in my cookbook.
A cookbook?
Yeah, can you say Mille Feuille?
Mille Feuille.
This is pastry cream with passion fruit in it, and I'm gonna pipe dollop. So 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you take this page and put it right on top carefully. Good job. And just a little tap. And then we're gonna go. You wanna try squeezing it on? I'll do this one, you do the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Good squeezing. 4. And now, this is the pretty top. So take it by the sides and put it on carefully. Just put it on just like the other one. Good. How does that look?
Good.
Does it look fancy?
Yeah.
Do you want to try doing yourself? You can do it. 1. Good. That one's good. Okay.
It's hard to do circles.
Okay, that's good. There we go. Do you think Dad is gonna tell which one's yours and which one's mine?
I think I'm gonna choose.
Okay. Do you want to take a sneak taste and tell me what you think?
Tastes like candy.
Tastes like candy. Okay. You like it? Okay, I'm gonna finish these up. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Or say see you later.
See you later.
I'm eating George's first. This is perfectly sweet. It's got everything. It's creamy, but it's flaky and crunchy. It has like a little hit of sugar on top, and that passion fruit throughout is just beyond delightful. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe from the book, and if you like this video, check out my French pastry playlist.